Yo, welcome to my NBA Atlantic Division preview of 2013-2014. Yesterday I did the Southeast Division. I talked about teams in the Southeast. Today I'm going to do the Atlantic. We're going to do the Atlantic Division right now. I hope everybody out there getting ready for basketball season. It's been far too long since we had NBA, and I am so excited to be uploading NBA videos for people to enjoy. This season is going to be bananas, guys. You know, it's going to be one of those seasons where you just look back on it and just remember this season. Just like last year, it was a great season. So the Atlantic Division, it consists of teams like the Boston Celtics, the Brooklyn Nets, the New York Knicks, the Philadelphia 76ers, and the Toronto Raptors. Now, I'm going to go through each one of these teams, and I'm going to talk about what do I expect from each team in this division coming up in 2013-2014. First, we're going to start with the Boston Celtics. The Boston Celtics decreased a whole lot since last year. The Boston Celtics, they are in some sort of a bind this year because the only player that they got to rely on is the one and only Rajon Rondo. Rajon Rondo, this will be Rajon Rondo's toughest NBA year ever. Not playing with Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and being coached by Doc Rivers, you're going to see if Rajon Rondo is truly the all-star that we thought Rajon Rondo was. Okay, Rajon Rondo's his flaws will be exposed immensely because I think if you look at it, Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce really, what I'm trying to say is they covered up a lot of Rajon Rondo's mistakes. Now, you throwing Rajon Rondo out there by himself. Rajon Rondo is a good point guard. Don't get me wrong. He is a good point guard. But truly, could he lead this team to success by himself? You look at the Boston Celtics roster. You got Brandon Bass, you got Keith Morgan, you got Avery Bradley, Marshawn Brooks, Jordan Crawford, Jeff Green, Chris Humphries, Courtney Lee. You got Rajon Rondo, Jared Sullivan, Gerald Wallace. I think that the Boston Celtics will decline so far out of the Atlantic Division in that conference. I think they will finish like 12th in the Eastern Conference. This was a team that you always knew that can get to the NBA Finals or make a playoff berth. But this year, they heavily going to be relied on leadership. Leadership was always a key in that Boston Celtics locker room. From the Truth Paul Pierce to Kevin Garnett to Doc Rivers. Now you're taking that away and you don't have the same leadership in that locker room that you once had. Can Rajon Rondo really lead these guys to the playoffs by himself? I don't know. I think you need more. Probably seek a trade out, make a deal, get Rajon Rondo out of that rebuilding situation, so he can have a team that be successful on. Because I feel like it's not fair to leave Rajon Rondo out on the island by himself. You know, work him a deal out, make a deal. Trade Danny Ainge needs to trade Rajon Rondo. Last year, the Boston Celtics won 41 games last year, and they lost 40. They were 27-13 at home, and they lost 14. And at home they was 27-13. On the road they was 14-27. So that's your 2013-2014 Boston Celtics Atlantic Division preview. Now we're going to move to the Philadelphia 76ers. The Philadelphia 76ers lost Doug Collins. This is a team that was really screwed out of the Andrew Bynum deal. You look at the roster, I don't see how a team with Kwame Brown and Spencer Hawes and Thaddeus Young and Rodney Williams and Evan Turner can compete for an NBA playoff spot. I think this team will fall completely out of the playoff berth in the Eastern Conference. I think it ain't no chance for them to really make no noise in the Eastern Conference. Last year they went 34 and they went 48. They knew the head coach replacing Doug Collins will be Brett Brown. I don't know too much about him. Just look for the Philadelphia 76ers to not be in the playoff push. That's all I got to really say about the Philadelphia 76ers. Now moving on, we're going to go to the Toronto Raptors. The Toronto Raptors made a deal with, they got required Rudy Gay, who's a good scorer in the NBA. Rudy Gay can put the ball in the hoop. You bring in Steve Novak from New York. You got Tyler Hansbrough, Barrow, and Austin Day, DJ Augustine. I think they can fight for one of them playoff seeds. You know, the Raptors was not a team that really had any success, even when they had Chris Bosh and Vince Carter. Now it's up to Rudy Gay to try to figure things out on his own and try to lead this team to the promised land. Last year they went 34 and 48. At home they was 21 and 20. On the road they was 13 and 28. The head coach will be Dwayne Casey for the 2013-2014 Toronto Raptors. Okay, now we're moving on to the good stuff. The Brooklyn Nets. I want to get into depth conversation with the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets is the team that I think can exceed the Miami Heat. I think they got too many weapons. The only thing that I question about the Brooklyn Nets is chemistry. You bring in Kevin Garnett, who's a leader. Bring in Paul Pierce, who has success in Boston. And then you bring in Jason Terry, who can hit good clutch shots. You add that with Darren Williams. You add that with Joe Johnson. They should be improved defensively on the other end of the court. You can get the ball in the post more with Kevin Garnett. You can give Brook Lopez the ball in the spots he like to get the ball in. The only problem I think with the Brooklyn Nets is, like I said, is chemistry. Can this team really win the Atlantic Division? I'm picking the Brooklyn Nets to come and win that division title this year. I think that they will exceed New York. I think that the Brooklyn Nets is a team that you got to watch out for. I think they match up well with Miami. I think they can give Miami problems in the paint. I think Brook Lopez and Kevin Garnett on the block will be bigger and stronger than Chris Bosh and Birdman, Chris Anderson. I think that they will really amass that team defensively. Look for the last year without those players, they went 49 and 33 at home. They was 31 and 10 on the road. They was 23 and 18. I'm trying to move fast for my camera won't mess up. Now we want to get to the New York Knicks. Like I said, one of my videos, Carmelo Anthony got to get it done. I think if he don't get to the finals, I think this is his last shot to get to the NBA finals. Meta World Peace can change you defensively. He can give you defensive. He would be better on that guarding people like LeBron James and Kobe Bryant. Raymond Felton is a good player. You know, Amon Shumpert. The only question I have is Amari Stoudemire's health. Can Amari Stoudemire stay healthy for a whole 82-game season? That remains to be seen. Head coach Mike Woodson will be on the hot seat this year. You draft Tim Hardaway Jr. You get Meta World Peace from the Lakers. Their team, they got the number 2 seed before being eliminated by Indiana in a tough NBA series in the playoffs. They went 31 and 10 on the road. Their overall record was 54 and 28. Now, who I'm picking to come out the Atlantic Division, I'm picking the Brooklyn Nets to come out the Atlantic Division in 2013-2014. So, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be bringing back more division previews in my next uploads, and I will thank you. Peace.